Alles okay, alles funktioniert. Ja, so meine Präsentation ein bisschen. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरे वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम श्री श्री परम करुणा श्री श्री विजय गौरंगा दयाल नेताए की श्री श्रील प्रभुपाद की भीष्म पंचक महामहोत्सव की देवोत्थान एकादशी की सभी भक्तवृंद की So thank you very much, dear devotees. Today we are in the third day of our series of lectures on the occasion of Sri Bhisma Panchak Utsav, and with your blessings we are glorifying Sri Bhisma Dev. We are trying to discuss with each other the life and teachings of Sri Bhisma Dev. In the last 2 days we have discussed what is the life of Bhisma Dev and what were the boundary conditions of his life and how he is great, how he is so great. And now we will also move forward and we will go towards the teachings of the Bhisma Dev. So as you know, okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Jai. So today is the beginning of the Bhisma Panchak Vrat, the most auspicious Vrat, and also, Devotthan Ekadasi, the Devtas, demigods are waking up from the sleep. Lord Vishnu was also in the Yoga Nidra. So Lord never sleeps, but he has a special sleep, and his sleep is Yoga Nidra. And in the Yoga Nidra, Lord is always meditating on the devotees. So it's a very auspicious day that, yeah, today we have such a nice festival, and we can glorify Sri Bhisma Dev, who has performed this vrata with a very, very high purity. That's why Lord Sri Hari has given this name as a Bhisma Panchak Vrata. It is also called Vishnu Panchak Vrata. So on this day, let us start our um, katha with the prayers of the Pranam mantra of the Bhisma Dev. So we will sing this Pranam mantra together. Om Bhisma Santanu Viraha Satyavadi Jitendriya Abhirabhirvapnato Putra Putrochitam Kriyam. We can chant 3 times. Om Bhisma Santanu Virha Satyavadi Jitendriya Abhirabhiravapnato Putra Pautrauchitam Kriyam. Om Bhisma Santanu Virha Satyavadi Jitendriya Abhirabhiravapnato Putra Pautrauchitam Kriyam. Sri Bhisma Dev ki Jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakhya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamayam Dadati Se Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padkamlam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunatam Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Sri Visakham Nitamsya Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desitarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapt Kanchan Vera Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visbhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Siddhu Eva Cha Patita Nam Pavnebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advait Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jai Mudiryet Nast Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagvatya Uttam Sloke Bhaktir Bhavti Neshtiki. Dear respected Vaisnavas, please accept my humble obeisances at your pure feet, and please bless me that that we can glorify a great devotee of the Lord, and we can purify ourselves. So I really need your blessings. You are all, as I mentioned, you are like Garuda, and I'm a crow. So I need really your blessings. Thank you very much. So what we discussed actually about Bhisma Dev, Sri Bhisma Dev is in the past life he was Vasu. So he's the best Vasu among the 8 Vasus. He's the best one, and he is also among the 12 Mahajanas, the perfected devotees, the perfected personalities, the 12 Mahajanas. Like he is amongst Brahma, Narada, Lord Shiva, Bhagwan Kapil Dev, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak, so Sukhdev Goswami. So he's one of them, 12. So he's such a high level personality and pure devotee. And he was, as we discussed, son of Maharaj Santanu and Ganga Devi. Ganga river, we know the pure blissful river, Ganges. So he's son of Santanu and Ganges. And he was grandfather of Pandavas and Kauravas. And the whole life he lived very sacrificial life, very, very renounced and sacrificial life among very difficult and challenging situations. Because one of the son Dhritarashtra and his son Duryodhana was demonic qualities, and he taken a vow that his vow was he has to protect the kingdom. He has to protect the king and kingdom. So he was bound by the kingdom. So he has to forcefully, because he took the vow, so he has to do this thankless job. We discussed this in detail actually last 2 days, and now we move forward from today. Yes. So what was going on? The Mahabharata, Yuddha of the Mahabharata was already finished. The war take place for 18 days. And Sri Bhisma Pitamaha was the leader, was the commander of the Kaurava Sena for 10 days continuously. The first 10 days, he was the commander. And on the 10th day, he was put on the deathbed by Arjuna. He was, need translation, Prabhu? Okay, it's okay. Yeah. So he was on the deathbed on the 10th day. So after 10th day, the war was still 8 more days. And Bhisma Pitamaha, actually in total, Bhisma Pitamaha was 58 days on the deathbed. 58 days. On the bed of arrows, on the pain, in the so much pain, and blood was flowing, and the situation in the war, millions of people died in the war. And after this war, after 18 days, Yudhishthira Maharaj was supposed to become the king of the universe. This was actually the desire of Bhisma Dev himself. Yesterday we discussed that the Bhisma Dev's only desire was he want to see Sri Yudhishthira Maharaj as the king of the universe on the throne of the Bharatvarsha, which was all over world. So now the time has come that Pandavas has won the war, and they went to Hastinapur, and Yudhishthira Maharaj has to become the king of the universe. But what happens? Yudhishthira Maharaj is such a great devotee. He's such compassionate. He's so kind and merciful that he was feeling a lot of frustration and repentance. And when Lord Krishna organized the coronation ceremony, he said, "No, I will not become king. I am responsible for killing millions of the people in this war. This was the greatest war in the history." And Yudhishthira Maharaj was taking the responsibility for this war. He was saying, "Oh, this was my ambition to become a king. That's why this war happened." Duryodhana was already the king. Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, they were already ruling. So ruling was going on. So why I put my ambition to become the king? But principally it was not like this. This is the nature of a devotee. This is the kindness of a devotee. The devotee always thinks that everybody else is the great and I am the lowest. I have all the fault. This is the situation of the Uttama Adhikari. And Uttama Adhikari always sees others as the great and himself as the lowest. And of course, Yudhishthira Maharaj was a Uttama Adhikari. And he was thinking that I am responsible for this war, for this violence. So many women, they lost their husbands. Millions. They lost their brothers. They lost their fathers. So who is the protection for a woman? The protection and shelter for a woman is husband. If the husband is not there, then the brother also take care. He loves the brother and sister. They also love each other, and the brother take care of the sister, and father also take care of the sister. So everybody was died. Nobody was left. There were only women in the and there was all across blood and lot of miseries, and there was so much bad situation. And Yudhishthir Maharaj was seeing this, and he was so feeling pain in the heart. I cannot become king under this situation. I am responsible for this. And Lord Krishna actually also tried to persuade. There were so many rishis, so many sages all across the world. The sages were in the Hastinapur. They were coming. They come for the coronation ceremony, because Yudhishthira Maharaj has to become the king now. So big festival was supposed to be organized. So they already come when the war was over. All the sages came to Hastinapur, and they wanted to see Lord Yudhishthira Maharaj as a king. But the situation was that Yudhishthira Maharaj don't want to accept the position. So all the Dev Rishis, Maharishis, they were trying to persuade. They were giving some consultancy, or how it is called, Biratung. Like, okay, Yudhishthira Maharaj, you are great. Please don't. It is not your fault, and you should become king. We need you as a king. We need such a righteous king, and who can take care. You are like the father of this, all the citizens. And there were sessions and sessions going on, but Yudhishthira Maharaj was not agree. He was in a big, it is also said by our acharyas, he was in ajnanata. He got some ajnanata, some ignorance, that he is responsible for this. So finally, Lord Sri Krishna also tried to persuade him. Lord Sri Krishna said, dear Maharaj, because Yudhishthira Maharaj was a elder cousin brother of the Sri Krishna. The mother Kunti Maharani was auntie of Sri Krishna. So he said, elder brother or Maharaj, you should now take the seat, and you are not responsible. You have already offered so many peace offers to Kauravas for not to fight. So many times the peace offer was made, and even the Duryodhan said that I will. So when Sri Krishna went, last time before Yuddha, before the war, Sri Krishna went to Kuru assembly, in the royal assembly, and as a peacekeeper, as a ambassador of peace, and he proposed that Pandavas don't give the Rajya, the kingdom. They just need 5 villages, only 5 villages. There are 5 Pandavas, so 1 Pandava and 1 village for each Pandava. This is enough. It's a kleine Dorf. So, but Duryodhana was so adamant, so demonic, that he said, no, Pandavas will even not get the land equal to the point of a needle, the tip of a needle. How much land the tip of the needle is? He don't want to give. So he was in a mood of war, actually, Duryodhana, because Duryodhana knows that I have so many great warriors in my side. So he did not even give these 5 villages, and the war was inevitable. So Sri Krishna is trying to persuade and agree Yudhishthira Maharaj, oh Maharaj, you have no fault here. You made a lot of peace offers, and a lot of you try to pacify the situation, but it is the part of the Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra that the war has taken place. So now you have become the king. But Yudhishthira was not in a mood to become king. He was in a different. He was giving a lot of logics. Actually, it is also mentioned that he was giving some logics, and these logics were not appropriate logics what he was giving. So actually, our Acharya says this was also the will of Lord Sri Krishna, that he was not persuaded, that he was not agree. This was also will of Lord Krishna, because Lord Krishna, when he want to persuade someone, when he want to give a discourse, everybody will get agree, because Krishna can convince everyone. He is all perfect. So but Lord Krishna himself wants that he should not get persuaded. He should not, because Lord Krishna want that Bhisma Dev should give the discourse. The Bhisma Dev should give the siksha. He want to Lord always want to glorify his devotees. Lord Ram, when in the Ramayana, Lord Ram can win the Raman. He can kill Ravan. He can take Sita Maharani. But Lord Ram want to glorify his devotees, Hanumana. He want to glorify that my monkey, he's a monkey, he's born in a low class, but he's the top devotee. So he want to glorify Hanumana, and then he left everything. He empowered Hanumana, and Hanumana did most of the things in the war. He find out Sita Maharani. So this is the way how Lord glorify his devotees. So Bhisma Dev is the pure devotee. So Lord want that Yudhishthira Maharaj should take the siksha from Bhisma Dev. So what was decided? Lord Sri Krishna says, hey Maharaj, Yudhishthira, please let us go together to Bhisma Dev. He is in the Kurukshetra now. So they were all sitting on the chariots, and five Pandavas, and they have a guru called Dhaumya Guru. This was a priest for the Hastinapur and Pandavas. He was always giving advice to the Pandavas. He was also together with them, and they sitting on the chariots, and chariots were decorated with diamonds, with gold, and they have so much opulence because they were the king of the whole universe. So they were looking so beautiful, wonderful, and it is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam that they were looking like Kuvera. Kuvera is the minister for the wealth, opulence. He is the richest person, geld money. So Kubera is the symbol of opulence, and Lord Sri Krishna wanted to show that Pandavas are now so much opulent. They are aristocratic. They have all the opulences. So because when Lord Krishna asked Pandavas to go to Bhisma, he wanted to show Bhisma was on the deathbed, and the desire of the Bhisma was that he want to see Yudhishthir Maharaj as the king in an opulent way. And Lord Krishna was knew this desire because he know the heart of all devotees. So Lord Krishna wanted to present Pandavas as a very aristocratic, opulent, because now Bhisma Dev has to leave the body, and he should get an impression everything is okay now. See, they are so aristocratic, they are looking so nice. When a grandfather sees his grandsons and grand-grandsons, how happy he is. He has played with them in the childhood when they were child, and he has taken them in the lap, and he was so compassionate, so loving relations between them, and he want to see them in, because the whole life they were in miseries. Pandavas, Bhim was given poison. Kunti Maharani's husband Pandav was died early because of a curse. Then they were tried to be burned in a palace, and they were given vanvasa, the exile. So the whole life, and Draupadi was also disrobed in the whole royal assembly. So they have the whole life, they have so many pains in the sufferings. Now before leaving the body, Bhisma Dev's desire was, I want to see Yudhishthir as a Maharaj, and they should be very happy. This was the desire of Bhisma Dev before he can leave the body. This was his last desire. So Lord Krishna also prepared accordingly, and they went in a royal procession so nicely, and everything was so opulent. Even demigods flowers from the top. So they went to Bhisma Dev, and they were on the way to Bhisma Dev, but in the meantime, there were so many rishis and sages, Brahm rishis, Maharishis, Dev rishis, Raj rishis, all the kings of the other small kingdoms. Everybody got the news actually that Sri Krishna is taking Pandavas to Kurukshetra to get Shiksha from Bhisma Dev. So everybody came there. Even Pandavas reached now. Before Pandavas reached, great sages of the universe, all the great personalities already arrived in the Kurukshetra near Bhisma Dev. Because today's world, we have this social media, we have WhatsApp and Instagram, Facebook, so we spread the news through them. But in earlier time, there was no social media, no electric, but they were still faster than us, because these sages, all sages, all great personality, they can hear, they can read the mind, they can know the mind of the people. They were already so expert, they have a high, tapasya, tapa. So they were knowing what is going in the mind of Yudhishthir Maharaj, and what is going in the mind of Pandavas. So they were already knowing, and they reached early, and they paid obeisances to Bhisma Dev. And Lord Sri Krishna came with the Pandavas, and Pandavas are great grandsons of Bhisma Dev. So they paid obeisances. Yudhishthir Maharaj and all the four other brothers, they paid obeisance. And the beauty of the whole procession was that when they came on the chariots, Sri Krishna himself drove the chariot of Arjuna, like in the war. He was a charioteer. The reason for that was, my Guru Maharaj tell in the Katha, His Holiness Radha Govinda Goswami Maharaj, he specially mentioned this point, emphasized this point in the Katha. He said, Bhisma Dev has a very different mood. Each devotee has a different mood. Gopis want to see Krishna as a Gopa, as a cowherd boy, in Vrindavan. They are Kanha, they are Kanhaiya, they are Nandlal. So they want to see in a different mood. And Bhisma Dev mood was different. And Arjuna want to see Krishna as a Sakha, Sakyaras. And so some want to see Krishna as a Lord of the universe in the Dasyaras. And the mood of Bhismadev was, he was seeing Krishna as a Parth Sarthi. Parth Sarthi means, Parth means Arjuna. One name of the Arjuna is Parth. And Sarthi means charioteer. So he want to see Krishna as a charioteer of the Arjuna. He saw this already in 10 days in the war. And he liked this image of Krishna. How Krishna is driving is the Ratha. And the face of Krishna is in front of Bhismadev in the war. Yeah, so Bhismadev was so blissful by seeing the face of Krishna, because he was opposite side, na. So opposite side can see the face. Arjuna was not able to see the face of Krishna because Arjuna was behind Krishna. but Bhismadev was so fortunate. He was the commander of Kauravas. He was always at the ahead in the front foot, and he was able to see Krishna every day. So he want to see the same image of Krishna, and Krishna specially choose that this day also I go as a Partha Sarthi, as the charioteer. And Bhisma saw Krishna, he becomes so happy. And even Krishna is as a younger cousin brother of Yudhishthira. He also paid obeisances, because Bhismadev, as a this was one family. In the family, Bhismadev is the oldest one. And since Bhismadev is oldest one, everybody pays obeisances. And Lord Krishna himself, due to this relation, Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Pandavas know this. Bhismadev also know this. But when Lord comes as a human, he also do Leela. So he do all the duties. He has to do the duty. He's a husband, he's a brother, he's of Subhadra, he's a friend. So he's also doing duties. So he also paid obeisances to Bhismadev as a small, younger in the age. And when all the sages came, Bhismadev was so happy to see Pandavas. The tears were flowing from the eyes of Bhismadev, because he has seen Pandavas so after so many days and months. So many miseries were going on, Yuddha was going on, what will the result, and so on. And when Bhisma saw that, the tears were flowing. But he was on the deathbed, his hands were like this. All the arrows were under him, and his hands were not moving, so he cannot remove the tears from the eyes. So tears were just filling the eyes, and they were just, the eyes were full of water. So even Bhisma was not able to see properly, because eyes were full of water. So this is the situation. We should imagine what is going on there. And all the sages have come, all the great personalities of the world has come. And who has come actually? Let us see in this sloka. In the next sloka, we have some. Sukdev Goswami has summarized the name of some of the great personalities, sages. Everybody was there from the whole universe, because they want to listen Bhismadev. They know Bhismadev is going to speak about Lord Sri Krishna. And it is a Harikatha. When Bhismadev speak, it will be Harikatha. And everybody want to listen Harikatha. Harikatha is so important. So who else came? Although everybody came, but Sukdev Goswami has listed a few names in 2-3 slokas, and I will just recite these slokas. Maybe you can also recite together with me if you want. Parvato Narado Dhaumyo Bhagwan Badranarayana Parvato Narado Dhaumyo Bhagwan Badranarayana. Okay. Sorry. I have to change the screen. Okay. Now it's better? Yes. Parvato Narado Dhaumyo Bhagwan Badrayana Brahadasvo Bharadwaja Sisya Sarenukaha Sutah Vasistha Indra Pramadasa Trito Gratso Madositaha Kaksi Van Gautamotrischa Kausikotha Sudarsanha. Yeah, so, and then there is another slok where it is also mentioned that Sukdev Goswami was also there, and Kashyap Rishi, Brahaspati, Guru of Devtas, was also there. So Prabhupada has given a very big purport about it, because Prabhupada is taking the opportunity to glorify these in the purport. He is glorifying these sages, the great sages. So Prabhupada is writing that Parvat Rishi, the Parvat Muni was also friend of Narada. Everybody knows Narada. He can go to every planet and every world. He can directly enter to Vaikuntha. He is the greatest devotee, and he is in our Gaudiya Gaudiya Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. You know, this Narada is the greatest. This is the greatest rishi in the beginning, and he is the Dev Rishi Narada. And his friend was Parvato. He was also Gandharva, and he was always moving. He has the capacity to also fly in the sky. So he was with Narada. Then Dhaumya was the priest. Purohit in Sanskrit is called Purohita, priest of Pandavas, and Pandavas were always taking advice when Pandavas were in the Vana, in the exile. 12 years they were in the forest. So Dhaumya was always visiting them and giving the advice, giving the Viratum always. And when there was a coronation, like the Rajsu Yagya was there, so Dhaumya was always doing something there, all the priest work. Then Bhagwan Badrayana. So Bhagwan Badrayana is the Vyasadev. So Vyasadev was also there, personally present there. Bhradwaso Bharadwajaha, and Bharadwaj Rishi was the very great rishi in the time of Lord Ram, actually, Lord Ramchandra. Lord Ram, when he came to forest in the exile for 14 years. So Lord Ram visited when he was going from in the forest. He met Bharadwaj Rishi. So Bharadwaj Muni, he has an ashram in Prayagraj, and Bharadwaj welcomed Lord Ram there. So he was a great rishi, and Bharadwaj was also in the time of Krishna. He was in the Treta Yuga as well as he was in the Dwapara Yuga, in the Krishna Leela time also there, Bharadwaj. And he has a lot of glories actually. Bharadwaj Rishi has a lot of glories, and as he welcomed Lord Ram, Lord Ram also listened his discourses. Bharadwaj Rishi give discourses to Lord Ram. And in the Krishna Leela, he also attended Rajasuya Yagya, and he was participating in the programs organized by Pandavas. Then we have Sisyo Renuka Sutaha. Renuka Sutaha means Renuka is the mother of Parsuram, Bhagwan Sri Parsuram. Father was Yamadagni and mother was Renuka. So Renuka Sutaha. Sutaha means Putra, is son of Renuka. Is Bhagwan Parsuram himself. He's the incarnation of the Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Vishnu. So he's the Shakti incarnation, avatar. So he was very great. He was also guru of Bhisma Dev actually. And Vasishtha Rishi, Vasishtha was also guru of Lord Ram and priest of Surya Vansa, the dynasty of Lord Ram. And Vasishtha Muni was also present at that time. Vasishtha Muni is one of the 7 rishis, the Sapta rishis, these great Sapta rishis who are always present in this kalpa. So he's one of the Saptarishi Vasishtha. Then we have Gautam Rishi and Kaksivan, Gautam. They are all the great rishis. Kausik, Sudarsanaha. We have Kasyapa. Kasyap is the progenitor, one of the Prajapatis. All the Devatas, all the Danavas, demons, they are son of Kasyapa. Because he has this, I think he has 13 wives, the daughters of Daksha. 13 wives. All the daughters of Daksha, and one was named Aditi and one was Diti. From Diti came the Lord, from Lord Vaman Dev, and all the Indra and all the Devtas. Some of the Devtas are Sri Vijay Gauranga Dayal Nitoy ki. So the Devtas came from Aditi, and Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they come from Diti. So Kashyapa was a great progenitor. Then Brahaspati was the guru, teacher of demigods. So everybody was there in this assembly, and they want to listen Bhisma Dev because they know Bhisma Dev will speak about righteous duties, dharma. He will speak about Harikatha. He will glorify Lord Sri Krishna. So actually, there is a very good thing here, that all these rishis, all these sages, when they came along with their sishya, along their disciples. And uh, yeah, Sri Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj in their katha, they also say that one should always go with their sishyas, and everyone should provide. This is a duty of a guru, that he provides his disciples the opportunity to listen Hari Katha. Whenever there is an opportunity of Hari Katha, whenever there is a opportunity to listen the senior Vaisnavas, the devotees of the Lord, we should always get that opportunity. And when they all come from different part of the universe, from the world, they always bring their disciples with them. And all the disciples were there. So the Kurukshetra was almost full. Everybody want to listen Bhisma Dev. And one thing actually, want to give a little pastime about Parsuram. Yeah, we should also know history, background. So Parsuram was guru of Bhisma Dev, and he taught warfare, battle skills, and Bhisma Dev was the greatest warrior at that time. There was no one greater than Bhisma. He was the top. It is said that if Lord Krishna is not on the side of Pandavas, Bhisma Dev can finish the whole Mahabharata in one day. He is the only enough sufficient to finish the Mahabharata. Nobody can stand in front of the Bhisma. So one time, what happens? Yesterday we discussed that Bhisma Dev has two cousin brothers from Satyavati, born from Satyavati. One was the Chitrangada, one is the Vichitra Virya. And Satyavati asked that they should marry, and Bhisma Dev organized their marriage. So how he organized the marriage? There was a swayamvar going on, like that the girls can choose their husbands. And there were three girls, Amba, Ambalika, Ambika. And they were the daughters of Kasi Naresh, the king of Kasi, king of Varanasi. Today we call Varanasi. And Bhisma Dev, the Kuru dynasty is the topmost, most powerful dynasty. And Bhisma Dev was there in this, Swayamvar, these marriage ceremony, he was there. And the girls were supposed to choose, and who is the great king there, and so on. So Bhisma Dev says, there is no greatest than Kuruvans. Kuruvans is the most respected. So these girls should go to the Kuruvans. And some of the kings opposed that. How it is possible? You are a brahmachari. Why you are taking the girls? they were make fun of the Bhisma, that you are a life brahmachari for lifetime, and you need three girls. Why? Bhisma was insulted by them, but Bhisma said got the girls for his brothers, for cousins, to get married with, so that he can organize the marriage of his cousin brothers. Chitranga and Vichitra Veera. So one of the girl, Amba, she has a loving affair actually before marriage. She already have with a Salva. There was another king Salva, but Bhisma was not aware about it. So he got all the three girls and he presented to Satyavati Mata that now please marry with your sons. So Amba said, oh, I am already having a loving affair with my boyfriend Salva, so I have given my heart to him. But those, so Satyavati and Bhisma say, oh, we are very sorry. We beg, we have offended you. You should go back to your lover, your boyfriend, and you should marry with her. And we have full respect for you. Sorry, please forgive us that we brought you. And the rest two daughters of king of Kasi was married to Chitrangada and Vichitra Virya. One was Ambika and Ambalika. But Amba went away. Amba went to the Salva, and Salva said, oh, now Bhisma has touched you and taken you. Bhisma has taken you for another man. Now I will not accept you. Now you went to another man. And she said, no, please accept me. I was just there, but I came back. They have respectfully returned me. Nothing happened. They have respectfully returned me. So please marry me. But the boyfriend didn't accept it. That time the customs were completely different. The society has a different structure and different levels of purity and thinking. So what happened? Amba got very frustrated that now she's nowhere. Her husband did not accept, and Bhisma Dev said that, yeah, you can go away. So she was left alone. So she said, I will take revenge from Bhisma. Bhisma has captured me, kidnapped me. So I will take revenge. And she made a tapasya actually. But somebody told actually to her, you go to Narada, you go to Renuka Sutta, you go to Parsuram, Lord Parsuram. Because Lord Parsuram is the guru of Bhisma Dev, so he can persuade Bhisma Dev, and then they can accept. Maybe Bhisma Dev should marry her. But Bhisma Dev was a lifetime brahmachari, celibate. And she went to, Amba went to Parsuramji. She requested to Parsuram, hey Lord, you are the guru of Bhisma Dev. Please help me. Please protect my, womanhood. I am in your shelter. So Parsuram asked the whole story, and Parsuram was knowing that, oh, he is my disciple. He will obey me. I will make him agree. Parsuram went to Bhisma Dev with Amba, and Parsuram says, Bhisma, you should, Bhisma paid obeisances and so on. Parsuram says, Bhisma, you should marry this girl because you have kidnapped for your brothers, but your brothers are now, she's not accepted by both sides, so please marry. So Bhisma Dev say, oh my Guru, you are most respected to me, most revered to me. I have full respect, but I have taken a lifetime vow to remain brahmachari. I have given this promise to my father, Santanu. Yeah, and now my father is not here. So how I can break my promise in the absence? When I give a promise to my father, I have to avoid the promise. Yesterday we discussed about 4 types of son. The first class son is that who can obey the father by just knowing his desire. Even father has not ordered him, but he just know the desire, the mood of the father. So Bhisma Dev was such a top class son, and he don't want to break the vow. So he said, Gurudev, sorry. Gurudev is very, he is very, Parsuram is a mood of aggression. So Parsuram said, then you have to fight with me. You have to fight a battle with me. So there was a big battle between Bhisma and Parsuram, Guru and Sisya. And the battle was very fierce, very terrible, because both are great. Bhisma Dev is the greatest warrior of the time, and he's a disciple of Parsuram. Parsuram has given all the vidya to Bhisma Dev. A guru wants his disciple to be the best one. And Parsuram was a supreme personality of God, and he is a Saktives Avatara, so he cannot be defeated. Bhisma Dev also was a disciple, so he cannot be. So both was fighting for many, many days. And Narada came in between. Narada is so compassionate. He saw, oh, what are they doing? They are fighting. They are two great personalities. So Narada came in between and he made a mediation. He made persuasion. He talked with both of them and said, okay, why you are fighting? Let us stop the fight. So they stopped the fight. So this was the fight happened, and now there is a very good thing here. We have to learn some, when we talk about these nice slokas from Bhagavatam, and we must take some lessons also. And one of the lessons we can take is when I was listening my Guru Maharaj, he was giving the lesson that although there was some enmity between Parsuram and Bhisma Dev, because there was a war between them and some kind of bad taste, because of this war there was some bad taste. But when Lord Parsuram came to know that Bhisma Dev is going to give Hari Katha, Bhisma Dev is going to speak about Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he immediately decided to come there. So we have to also learn, whenever we know somewhere the Hari Katha is going to happen, somebody want to speak about the glories of the Lord, we must go there. And even if there is a adversity, we have sometimes not good relation with even within the devotee circles. Sometimes we don't have a good relation, sometimes we have some bitterness, sometimes we have some adversities, because we are also aspiring devotees, sadhakas, so we are not perfected. So we may have some, misunderstandings between the devotees. So when one devotee is giving the katha and we have a misunderstanding, we still have to go to attend his katha. We have to listen his katha. This is the example given by Parsuram here for us, that Hari Katha is the topmost, and Hari Katha has the priority in our life. And he came, not only he came alone, he came with all the Sisyas, with disciples. So in this slok, then what was the situation? So everybody was there, and Bhisma Dev was there full of tears, and Lord Sri Krishna was sitting together with Yudhishthira on the floor, on the Bodhan earth. Bhisma was on the arrows, on the bed of arrows, on the deathbed. And Bhisma Dev welcomed everyone. So in the ninth sloka, it is described here. So I think, is it ninth? Yes. So we can sing this. Tan same tan mahabhagan upalabhya vasottamah पूजायम असाधर्मज्ञो देशा काले विभागवित. Yes. So in this slok, it is mentioned that Bhisma Dev, who was the best amongst the 8 Vasus, received and welcomed all the great and powerful rishis who were assembled there, for he knew perfectly all the religious principles according to time and place and circumstances. So the last word here, last sentence is Des Kal Vibhagavit. Des Kale Vibhagavit. Des Kal, time, place, and circumstances, and Vibhagavit means adjustment, making some arranging ourselves as per the situation. So Bhisma they welcome everybody. This is the culture. Actually, this is the Vedic culture that when a guest come to our home, we should welcome him wholeheartedly. We should get up physically. We should pay obeisances. We should offer water. We should offer food. Prasadam. This is the Vedic culture. Even an enemy comes to our house. Our Shastras says, even enemies comes to our house, we have to respect them like a friend. We have to offer them water. We have to offer them food. We have to offer them sitting place in the house. And sometimes if we are very poor, if somebody is a very, very poor person, he don't have food at home, yeah, it might happen. Then it is not a aparad. He can offer water. He can, at least he has a asan at home. He has a place to sit in the home. He can make him sit. And water is always there. And he can offer water and he can say obeisances. And he can speak sweet words. Sweet words are always available. Even if there is no water, the sweet words are always there. So whenever someone comes in our home, in the temple, anywhere, we should always have sweet words for them. And we should always ask them, Prabhu, you want to take something? Mata, you want to take something? You need something. So we have to, we have to welcome in a Vedic way. So Bhisma Dev know these principles. Bhisma Dev was a great Panditaha, Mahajana. He knows, but what is the situation now? He was in the battlefield. In Kurukshetra, there is all our blood, all our dead bodies, all our miseries. He was in the middle of that, and his hands are bound by the arrows, was pierced by the arrows. His eyes are full of the tears. He has nothing. He cannot move. He cannot stand up physically. So how he should welcome? How he should welcome as per Vedic way? So it is said that the great perfected people, the Mahajanas, the pure devotees, they know. Acharyas, they know how to adjust as per time, place, and circumstances. So we can do any work by 3 types: mansa, vacha, karmana. So we can do by karmana, by actions, physically we can do something. We can do by vani, by speaking sweet words. And we can do by manasa, mansik, heart. Sometimes we cannot do some deity worship or something, some offering, because we have some boundary conditions. We are not in temple, we are outside. So we can also manas seva, mansik seva. So Bhisma Dev knows this, and Bhisma Dev offered obeisances to everyone, all the great sages who came there, mansik, mentally. He paid obeisances. And he also, his vani was perfectly working. His mind was perfectly working. Only the body was not working. Body was bound by the arrows. But he was, his consciousness was fully perfect. So he spoke very sweet words to all the rishis. He welcomed very, very heartily from the heart. And he also offered obeisances to Lord Sri Krishna in the mind. So Bhisma knows how to adjust the principles as per time, place, and circumstances. So in this case, we have to understand there are 2 things. So one is called principles, siddhanta. In Sanskrit, it's called siddhanta, tattva, siddhanta. And the other is called details, formalities. formalities, some details. So I will give some example how for, details details some how to execute something. So there is a details. Yeah, details. Yes, Mat. Sorry, my pronunciation was not good. Yes. So one point, when we execute any devotional service, when we do any service, any preaching, anything in the life, and we have two things always. One is the principle, and other is the details of the principle, Siddhanta, and how to execute the Siddhanta. So it is said that Siddhanta is the first. Siddhanta is the most important. We should never break the Siddhanta. Never compromise with the Siddhanta, with the principles. But we can change the details as per time, place, and circumstances. The great acharyas, for example, the Vaishnava acharyas, if we take example from the beginning, Ramanujacharya and Madhvacharya, then we have Nimbarkacharya, Vishnu Swami, then we have Vallabhacharya. There are different sampradayas, different Vaishnava sampradayas. They are the acharya. So they all agree one principle, and the principle is Ishwar hai Paramam Krishna hai. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. They were all agreed. But they executed this, and they were also agreed Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. The Jivatma, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Jivatma is the Das, is the slave, not the slave, is the Das, Das of the Krishna, as part and parcel of Krishna. So they were agree in the principle, all the acharyas. But as per, because they come on different times actually, different times, and circumstances were different, the society was different, due to different boundary conditions. So they applied this principle of serving Lord Sri Krishna in a different way. They have different deity worship, processes. Their sadhana was different. Each sampradaya, they have a different details. They have different mantras also sometimes, and they have, but they are all glorifying Krishna and Narayana. So sometimes they have only Krishna deities. In Madhvacharya, they worship Lord Krishna even without Radharani. In Madhvacharya, and in Nimbarka Sampradaya, they worship Radharani. Only Radharani more than even Krishna. They consider Radharani as the topmost. And in the Rudra Sampradaya, they worship Krishna in the Bal form, in the baby form, in the Bal Gopal, Laddu Gopal. No? We say Laddu Gopal form. And in our Sampradaya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this Achintya Bhed Abhed, where we worship Sri Radha and Krishna as a together. Jugal Kishore, Radharani and Krishna all brought together in our Sampradaya. So they are the different moods of acharyas as per time, place, and circumstances. But everybody considers Krishna as the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So what is the actually the main principle? The main principle is that when we sometimes in the preaching, we also have different places, time, circumstances. This movement is in all across the world, global, in different countries. Every country has a different climatic condition, different backgrounds, different social structure, society. So we have to adopt our preaching accordingly. And Prabhupada has showed this actually. Prabhupada has showed by his own example. And if we talk about the principle, like what is the topmost principle? The topmost principle is mentioned in the Padam Purana. The Padam Purana says, Smratavyah Satatam Vishnu, Smratavyah Satatam Vishnu, Vismartavyo na jachutah, Sarve Vidhi Nisedhasyur, Eta Yor Eva Kinkarah. The Padam Purana says, you know this very well, this line, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. This line you know very well, everybody knows. And this line comes from Smratavyah Satatam Vishnu, Vismartavyo na jachutah. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Sarve Vidhi Nisedhasur, Eta Yor Eva Kinkarah. All the do's and don't do's, because in sadhana bhakti we have some do's, we have some don't do's. Vidhi means do's and Nisedha means don't do's. Sarve Vidhi Nisedhaya Eta Yor Eva Kinkarah. All the do's and don't do's are the servants of the first principle, the original principle always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. This is the highest principle, and when we have any do's and don't do's in our sadhana, they are all servants of this principle. So, for example, when Srila Prabhupada started this great movement, Krishna consciousness movement, he came to the Western countries. This was the first time an Acharya from Vedic culture, from India, from this Hindu society, he came outside, for preaching. There were some incidentals, some came, but they were like on the very, very small scale. Na? They came and gone, but Srila Prabhupada was the most successful. And some people, they criticize Srila Prabhupada. Some of even his god brothers and other sampradayas that in Hindu society the sadhus are not allowed to go for preaching by crossing the ocean. They are not allowed to cross the ocean, the sadhus, for preaching purpose. And Prabhupada did it. And Prabhupada considered the higher principle. The highest principle is that everybody should be able to, the jivatmas, the conditioned soul, should be able to serve Krishna. This was the higher principle for Prabhupada. So he did not care that what the other society, all the people in his society says that, he should not go to the abroad and so on. And some people says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was preaching barefoot. He was preaching by walk. Parivrajacharya, Parivrajak, Parivrajak? Parivrajak is one who is always moving on the foot. A sannyasi who is moving and he preaching. And Prabhupada says that do you expect me that I will just preach by moving on the feet? How I can preach? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did it, but he was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was his time. Under his circumstances, he can do it. But Prabhupada has got a order from a Guru Maharaj that you have to preach in the Western countries in English language. So how I can follow this principle that I have to just walk and preaching by walk? If Prabhupada said, if I get a jet aeroplane, I will go with the jet aeroplane. I will preach by jet. I can go to maximum people. I can, give Krishna consciousness to the maximum people. So this is how to change the details. Prabhupada changed the details many times. And he said, Rupa Goswami, he was following acharyas. So, Prabhupada never broke the law, never broke the scriptural law, because Rupa Goswami said, Nirbandho Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagya Uchate. We should use all the materialistic facilities, everything, all the technology, whatever is available, we should use for the service of Krishna in our material life, whatever facilities we have. So Prabhupada was doing that actually. And Prabhupada has changed many details because he was in Western countries, in different part of the world. And he was in a very challenging condition. He has to spread Krishna consciousness. He has to, establish temples. He has to establish the Siddhanta, the principles. So the deity worship standards. I want your inputs actually. So I want from each one of you, please give me some examples where Prabhupada changed the details. Where I need your inputs. I need your ideas. When did Prabhupada change the details? Change the details. When he changed, as per time, place, and circumstance. Can you give your ideas? Some points. Prabhu, yes, please, Prabhu.
He gives a second initiation for Mataji, and Mataji, they can worship the deities.
Hari Bol, very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. So, originally, the second initiation was not given to the women. It was given to the men, to Brahmanas. They were doing deity worship. So, women was not doing deity worship in the Vedic culture. But first time Prabhupada has allowed this, that women can get a Brahman initiation and they can do deity worship. Because in the Western countries, there were no pujaris available. Na? There was no devotees. He started, everything fresh from the scratch. So he changed the law. And, Prabhupada has a principle. Prabhupada says all are jivas. On the material platform, there is a man, there is a woman. There is a man body, woman body. But on the spiritual platform, everybody is a jivatma. And everybody gets the chance to serve Lord. And Prabhupada changed the detail very nicely, Prabhupada. And can you tell some other examples? There are so many examples.
Maybe Prabhupada, according to the place, circumstances, and he says that it is not necessary, maybe if there is no possibility to perform the whole ceremony of installation of the deities with the knowledge of Mahaman.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. Yes.
Thing, when there was no possibility to do abhishek with the Mushrik, he did it with notice when we put the soup, how call it in English?
Yes, yes, yes,
Kele.
yes,
Kele
yes,
in German.
yes, agree.
Nas- nas-
Thank you, Mataji. So Mataji is saying, just for the recording, for the viewers who are watching YouTube and will watch in the future. So Mataji, Her Grace, Leelamrita Mataji says that Srila Prabhupada changed that he allowed Abhisekam with the soup, na? In spite of the conch. Na? Normally we do the Abhisekam with the conch, but he even allowed with the soup because of the worship should not stop. And the one most another important thing what Prabhupada says, that it is not necessary that we should have all the Vedic mantras for deity installation with the very detailed ceremony. Normally there is a multi-day ceremony, 5 days or so ceremony for deity installation. Prabhupada installed deities with Hare Krishna Mahamantra also. He empowered, he was empowered Acharya. But such changes only can be done by Acharyas. We cannot do such changes by ourselves. So any other ideas, devotees, dear devotees, what Prabhupada changed? Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhupada changed, he gave for us 16 rounds.
Hari Bol. Yes. So
It
Prabhu.
was 64.
Yes.
Who then 64 it followed so.
This was the major.
That's what he said.
This was the major change. And only Acharya can do this. Only an Acharya can do this. I will tell you the reason later on. So Prabhuji is saying that Prabhupada first time changed the rule in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Earlier the regulation was that the one has to do 64 rounds chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and Prabhupada gave in the beginning he asked, but then devotees were not able to do. But the first principle was preaching Krishna consciousness. This was the first principle, giving Krishna to everyone. So Prabhupada relaxed this norm, and Prabhupada allowed 16 rounds japa for devotees. So this is the change Prabhupada did. But he did it for spreading Krishna consciousness. This was his motto. He has a higher principle in the mind. So what else Prabhupada also did? Yes, Mataji. Tulsi Priya Mataji. Yes?
And also following in his spiritual master's footsteps, he was also using the rehab of other printing press for publishing books.
Yes.
Previously, books have been hand copied once,
Yes.
not to make some mistakes.
Yes.
Translation and copying and everything. But then to this they do the books large scale. To represent that, Saraswati Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada and published
Yes.
periodicals and books.
Yes.
And everything like that.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So, Her Grace Tulsi Priya Mataji has given a very nice that Srila Prabhupada implemented the publishing of the books. Even we have our own BBT, Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust, with high technology laser printing. High technology printing is now so that we can have large scale printing of the Krishna books and all our scriptures and Prabhupada books. So this is very good. And any other ideas, dear devotees?
Also, the way that Srila Prabhupada organized the movement, the GBC, his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj, wanted actually his disciples to form a committee like that. But this is actually from the Britishes, how they had that rail system
Yeah.
spread in India. So
Yeah.
he took that and he applied that to the GBC, basically. And he organized the GBC like this.
Yes. Prabhupada has done many new things, that organizing GBC for administration. Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji. And I also remember that earlier women were not allowed to live in the temples. Yeah, so it was when Prabhupada allowed first time that women can live in the temples. There was a lot of criticism from his god brothers and from other sampradayas in India, that why Prabhupada is giving such a relaxation. But Prabhupada was doing correctly, because Prabhupada knows the boundary conditions in the Western countries, because women were living in the living relationship outside. They have a very different life, the very materialistic life, and Prabhupada wanted to uplift their life, and Prabhupada provided them the opportunity to come to the temple, live in the temple, so that they can live in a protected environment. They can participate in deity worship and japa nicely, and all the sadhana they can do. So Prabhupada changed these things. And Prabhupada also first time started that he was earlier the Diksha ceremony was such that a disciple has to live minimum 1 year physically together with the Guru in the same place, 1 year minimum with the Guru, and then the Diksha ceremony was taking place, at least Harinam Diksha. Prabhupada also, because of the time, place and circumstances, he has given Diksha by post, sent the Japamala by post, and mantra by phone or by post. He has given these things also, he changed. But he made a system actually. People in India were not aware. They were saying, oh, how he can give Diksha by post? But they were not aware. Prabhupada created a nice system, a structure, that he made temple presidents, and temple presidents were able to evaluate the devotees and make recommendations of the devotee, that these devotees are eligible devotees to get Diksha. So he created a nice system. This system was not in place in the past. So that was the reason Prabhupada can do these changes. So there are so many things actually. We can keep on speaking for the whole day what Prabhupada did. He did so many nice things. And what was the aim of Prabhupada? Why he did it actually? Prabhupada did it because it was the will of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned, Prithvite Ache Yata Nagar Radigram Sarvatra Prachar Highway Mora Naam. Everywhere in the world, in the universe, not only in India, not only in Bengal, not only in some dham, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired my name, the name of Krishna, should spread in the whole world, in all the villages, all the town of the whole world. Everybody should get the opportunity to get Krishna. So this was the wish of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Srila Prabhupada was fulfilling the wish of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through the orders and guidance of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So that is the reason that Srila Prabhupada did so many changes. Dear devotees, only empowered acharyas can do such changes as per time, place and circumstances. Bhisma Dev was an empowered acharya. Srila Prabhupada is an empowered acharya. Because an empowered acharya is always connected with Krishna. A pure devotee is always getting instructions directly from Krishna, from within, from the heart. So whatever a pure devotee is speaking from his mouth, whatever a pure devotee is writing in his books, Krishna is doing this. Krishna is dictating this. You remember, Srila Prabhupada says that I read my books myself because I found a lot of new things. And somebody asked him, why? Prabhupada, why you read your books? You have written them, and why you read yourself? Prabhupada said, no, I have not written them. Krishna has dictated them. He used my hand and my pen to dictate, and he was dictating, I was just writing, Krishna did it. And I'm always, when I read my books, I found every time new realizations. So when the devotees speak something, they write something, the Krishna is doing this. Krishna is giving all the inspiration from within. So dear devotees, when we sometimes there's a discussion that we change this rule, we change this. So we have to be very, very careful. Only empowered acharyas can change as per time, place and circumstances. And the higher principle is Samrateve Satatam Vishnu. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. This is the main theme and main principle. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for attending this third session on the life and teachings of Sri Bhisma Dev. Today we finished how Sri Yudhishthira Maharaj, on the advice, on the suggestion of Sri Krishna, visited Kurukshetra to take darshans of Bhisma Dev, to take Shiksha from Bhisma Dev, along with his 4 brothers and along with Sri Krishna as a Parthasarthi, and how they paid obeisances to Sri Bhisma Dev as their grand-grandfather, and how all the personalities of the whole universe, all the sages, all the rishis, all the sadhus, they all assembled there to listen Sri Bhisma Dev along with their Sishya, along with their disciples, and how Sri Bhisma Dev paid obeisances to them mentally. How? Because he was not physically able to do this on the deathbed. So how he changed the details as per time, place and circumstances. And we also discussed, dear devotees, how Srila Prabhupada discussed changed the details to spread the Krishna consciousness, to follow the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that sarvatra prachar hoy mora naam. My name should be preached everywhere to fulfill the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to fulfill the orders of his Guru Maharaj, his Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. Sri Prabhupada, did lot of wonderful changes in the details. So with this, we finish today's session, and maybe we can take some 5 minutes or something for discussion.
I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you very much for your lectures, and not only today, but the previous days and the future days. Yes, the question is, you were speaking today many times about this main thing to think of Krishna, not to forget it. And I don't know, somehow I had this parallel to the 7 purposes of ISKCON and to the last one that Srila said, to reach the 6 before coming purposes, we should distribute the 7th one. The 7th one, we should distribute books, printing magazines, books, and distributing from them. And what I was thinking about that Srila Prabhupada, I don't know automatically, I don't know how, but he was so full of Krishna that even in this, how to say, official document, dry document, yes, the last point was also to think of Krishna, to forget him.
Yes.
The 7th purpose.
Yes.
What would you say?
Yes, Mataji. Yes. I think Srila Prabhupada has a great focus on the book distribution because of he wants that once the book is reached, then it works, and most of the devotees we get also in the Western countries also through the books. So this is correct that by the book distribution we can promote this principle, always remember Krishna, because while distributing the books, the devotees also follow this because they have to first read the books. So I will maybe do like this now. So when we do the book distribution, the idea of Srila Prabhupada for book distribution was a very comprehensive idea. His idea was not that we just distribute the books without reading them. Prabhupada says we have to read the books thoroughly. First we have to understand ourselves, we have to apply the principles and all the teachings of the books on our life, and then we distribute the books. Achar. First achar, then prachar. So we have to do both, achar and prachar. Only achar is not enough. If we just have achar and we don't do prachar, this is not good. And if we just do prachar and without achar, this is also not good. So Srila Prabhupada always insisted and always paid a lot of attention, and lot of his focus was that devotees read his books at first and then they distribute the books. And in this way, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna can be easily realized. Thank you so much, Mataji. Prabhuji, you want to say something, or anybody, any comment or any further additions you want to add something?
Focus translation.
Okay. Yes. Anything, Prabhu? You want to add? Yes, Mataji.
Nur just to this, what I just heard, wenn du durchsprechen.
Ja.
Ich habe auch die Erfahrung gemacht, dass ganz zu Anfang, wo wir gejoint sind, dass ich auch Bücher verteilt habe, weil ich so sehr den Wunsch hatte, die Bücher zu verteilen, aber ich hatte fast gar nichts gelesen. Und trotzdem hat es sehr gut geklappt, und ich habe immer Krishna gebeten, dass er das Richtige durch mich sagt, weil ich selber nichts weiß. Und das hat auch geklappt.
I personally don't have this. Mataji, actually, I was lucky that I was able to read the books before I got to the book distribution. And of course, I have not done so much like you are doing, really, really extensive book distribution. You both, Neela Madhava Prabhu and you, and Leela Amrita Mataji, the whole Gauradesh congregation here, they are doing in a big way book distribution. So normally what I can say here is just to repeat the sentence of Srila Prabhupada. I cannot add anything from my side. So this is the journal instructions for the devotees to read the books and understand the message, because then we can present them more confidently. If we know ourselves, then we have that confidence and we have that. But sometimes it happens actually with the new devotees. We have some enthusiastic devotees in the congregation, in the temple. They come and they are very fascinated by book distribution, that they want to reach out to the people. They want to go with the devotees. So as long as they know that they should also read them, they should know the importance of reading actually. Even if they have not read all the books, it's okay, but they know that they have to read it. They should not think that they need not to read. And then they just distribute, that they will just please the Prabhupada only by distribution. This should not be the mood. The mood should be, whenever we get time, we will read them slowly, we will read all the Shastras, but now we have less time, so we do both together, some distribution and some reading together, so we purify this way. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So tomorrow, if there is no question, today is actually also a very, very auspicious day. If I am correct, today is the appearance day of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He is the disappearance day. The Tirobhav Divas of Sri Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He was the Shiksha Guru of his Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, and he was also Shiksha disciple of Bhakti Vinoda Thakur. So we have to remember that Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj give us wisdom, give us intelligence, that we can always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Yeah, tomorrow we will begin with the further, like Bhisma Dev is giving the instructions to Yudhishthira. Now, until now, Bhisma Dev has welcomed, but now he will start giving his instructions. And his instructions are very, very important. So I invite all the devotees tomorrow to join the class, because these are also Bhisma Panchaka days and most auspicious days. And when in the Bhisma Panchaka days, we listen Bhisma. Until now, we were listening we were listening the life and teachings. Bhisma himself did not speak, but now from tomorrow, Bhisma Dev will speak himself, and all the sages have collected there. So he will give the biggest education Shiksha in the Vedic, which is documented as a Shanti Parva in Mahabharata. So we have to listen what he says through the eyes of Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. Thank you. See you tomorrow all. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.